thing? Like, make sure now we're collecting. What do we do for sign up?
I don't know what she ended up putting on there.
What do you do for the sign up for meetings now? Right, but I don't think we have to. Public.
Yeah.
Public. What is it? Name? Because I'm going to say at. Okay. As long as I would say that's fine. Yeah. All right. Well, why don't we kick off this volunteer meeting? Seems to be growing every week. Every time we get together. Why did you chase everybody away? Oh, all right. Good for him. Good for him. So why don't we kick in the car show? Kind of updates we got? How we on registrations? How we on everything?
I think we have this says 38, but it printed out a couple days ago, and I've got more since then. 43.
Yeah, the next level would be 40s.
Yeah.
Which is way ahead of the work from last year.
And I got phone calls.
Mine is.
It's not lighting up. Mine's not.
You broke it.
Okay, I'll talk loud. I got a few phone calls from people that wanted me to, that heard about it and wanted me to mail them registrations because they don't want to do it online. So, and I went to Legacy and Patriot. Legacy will cut whatever we need for awards. They just want a design. So they said sooner the better, but by the end of July. So if you send me whatever you are envisioning.
Yeah, I think like when I sent that text before, like kind of work, like kind of like the plates, and then we'll just kind of adjust it to make it kind of look like obviously the flyer kind of similar to or that dash flag.
Could we do like a license plate, like letters and numbers? Like
We talked about that before. Yeah.
Yeah, and we're just thinking just stay away, just really just stay away from anything with just forbid we could get a rain out or something. Just put that to the next year.
Right.
And Patriot said that we can have whatever we want. I left them a list, but they said if we need other things, just
Perfect. Yeah.
but I don't know what I'm looking at.
So basically, I get permission to go through all their scrap pile.
Like again? Okay.
He said, "You want to go through it now?" I was like, "I don't know what I want." Yes, I know.
Get some gloves and some boxes. We gotta go.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
And then CT, and then we'll go see Terry too after the computers and all that kind of stuff. Get all the pieces all parts.
Yep.
And then I have a meeting with Janaea on the 12th to do the dash, to finalize the dash class. Nope, 17th.
Okay.
So, if there's anything else we want to change before then, and just, I'm gonna get her all of it on the 17th so that she has, so we can get it early. I would rather get it before September than, so.
Do we wanna do, I think this year we're talking originally about 200, do we wanna do more? Give it to everybody, or?
Are they gonna be free number? Cause that was
No.
kind of a,
You know, they'll just be a generic, or like, just basic.
Okay.
Get the same thing. Just those little tins.
Well, I talked to her about pricing out magnets too.
Yeah, so these are like a little tin, and then the pre-registered will have in the bag. And then
But we were only doing it for the pre-registers or for everybody?
We were only doing it for the first 200, I think.
yeah, because since we got rid of the coupon and all that stuff, so
Yeah.
let's give them something, and then they can have it as like a, show. But we don't get more than that, in case we get, because I mean, if,
If they don't have a date on them,
yeah.
right.
So I wasn't sure if you just want to do it for to be safe, whatever, before.
What, do we know what the cost is per?
I don't yet. So I can find, so the reason we're meeting that, so that we're meeting on the 17th is before the meeting, so I can come with the costs and then I can get them to her, whatever we approve.
Do-
You guys approve.
We were less than $1 last year for those, but exactly.
Okay. Just trying to remember what they were. We didn't date them last year either.
No, it was just basically just Element Heritage Festival, and I just had the '57 Chevy on it. It was black, just matched basically matched the class.
Yeah. Okay. So 50 cents each, roughly. That's $100 for 200. This is just my 2 cents to make them more it's the whole thing to be commemorative. I mean, I know we're rolling the dice with a year, but if we're limiting our number, does it make sense? Yes, we might have to eat $100, but does it make sense on those to do the year? Not on everything else, but that.
I would really want the year on them.
Oh, that's what I'm wondering.
Because like I have all of my Frankenmuth Auto Fest magnets on my
Right.
garage on the inside of my garage door, and it's 2001, 2002, and I like that. I mean, yeah, same like I get if we have to, pitch them.
Right.
It is what it is, but it's not a huge amount of money at least that we're spending. I would like to see the year on them
Right.
personally.
I
I
am
don't know that we had to pick them out.
right.
If we had extra and we sold them for $1
Yeah.
True. People might want them.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're so smart.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
love them.
Yeah. Turn around. Sorry, with the rain
So
out. Who
maybe
wants?
order more even then,
Yeah.
and we can sell them.
Right.
It's not a bad
Sell them for
idea.
$1.
Right, depending on what we cost,
Right.
right? Yeah.
Yeah. Find out what the pricing is, the
Yeah.
brakes and everything.
Holly, you might remember the guy off of the metal, like signs, like the little car, remember what that company's name was?
Oh my God, no.
Big crowd.
I could ask my dad. He remembers stuff like that.
That was kind of the guy I would see. You could look at his website on like some designs because that kind of stuff would kind of
Mm-hmm.
like the primary class when they would get something like of that nature that they would make here.
Mm-hmm.
The shop out here, which would be just water jet like a bunch of them.
Yeah. That
They're
would be
not
cool.
really cutting out of thick steel, right?
No.
Or aluminum or whatever.
No.
Because I'm just wondering, we talked about this at the livestock committee. We went a different route, but those old Texaco signs, what if we had something like that for something?
Yeah, anything license plate or made or
Right.
outside, whatever.
Right. But along that theme, a vintage looking sign, and we could use that as an award or something else. I don't know. I don't know.
That'd be cool.
So,
Yeah, that's what I was trying to figure out that guy's name. It's like, I was hoping to get on his website, maybe pull
Yeah.
a bunch of different, designs he might have, and just say, hey, you can get this with our stuff,
Trying to think.
so is Legacy going to etch the metal? Is that what the thought is, or how are we getting a design on the stuff Legacy's doing? I'm trying to remember what he said before.
Originally last year, when I was kind of getting like basically a PDF that,
He said if I give him a PDF, he can cut it.
Well, cut, but can he can etch? Okay, all right. Just wondered.
put it around the machine and jet it out.
Yeah.
Okay,
But yeah, we was gonna come with this design.
okay,
If we wanted to match the flag or we wanted to make it something
right.
different, unique, whatever. Because I think, did he kind of give you a price point? I think last year too, we were trying to stay around like, I think under $20 for one. I know he was kind of.
He did not give me a price point, he said give him a design and then.
Okay.
But he said he wants to help and he wants to do it, and he wanted to do it last year, he just didn't think he had enough time to make it happen, so he didn't want to promise anything.
So right now we've got 2 months almost, month and a half.
Well, 'cause that's what we were debating about, like some of like the rat rod or the piston clocks or that kind of stuff. And what he came through, maybe it'd be, again, how much do you want to spend doing custom stuff versus get something mass produced.
I can tell you, everybody talks about my piston clock in the office.
I know.
Do they talk about the engraving on it?
They think the thing as a whole is very cool. Does that help?
He said under 20 though, so.
Yeah, that's what we were trying to, because we were kind of out looking like paper plaques.
Well, I was gonna try to barter with, like, have you do it for this price, we'll add you as a award.
How about if you do it for free?
Trade value? Yeah, I mean,
Yeah. Heck yeah.
put a
Their logo on it.
Right.
Yeah.
yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. I think that'd be great. And I did get your email today for the sponsorship, so that went out.
Yeah, 'cause I think so far, I mean, I know about 100 people here, plus list you have. So again, if we double it, we really would have, so this roughly 3.25 probably this year. As of right now.
So
The
cool.
manager from Speedy Q came in yesterday, and I was a little worried about the gas stations because we're not gonna be getting traffic. And she was like jumping up and down that Van Dyke was closed.
They'll get so much foot traffic though, I feel like.
It's gonna be so much fun. She's like, do we have to fill anything out? Like, if we're bringing classic cars to park in our parking lot?
Right? Well, it's your lot.
So excited about it. She's like, where are the cars? And being like, up and up Van Dyke, and she like literally started like.
That's awesome.
Should we, just a thought, should we do a business exemption for people in town? Like if you have a business in town, if you're bringing a car, we're not going to make you.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, okay.
You can keep my money, it's fine.
What was that?
Said you can keep my money, it's fine.
Oh, you did sign up, didn't you?
Oh yeah, I did mine right away.
I had to do her sponsorship donation.
My dad's already registered his cars too, so.
Just a thought. I mean, I just thought in goodwill with it.
No, I agree. It is good. Or like for at the sponsorship levels too. Oh, that is on there, isn't it? It does. That's right. I did see that when you did it. Yep.
We'll subtract $15.
My God, I'm not worried about it. Okay. I know. We're going to sponsor. We got to figure that out. It's sitting on our desk to look at. I didn't get an email
Her
from you. No?
bandanas are in my side by side.
Perfect.
Yeah, we gonna do those again, Holly, for the cookie fair?
I don't know. Something else we got to talk about. Yeah.
All that's gonna show up today too from Summit, so.
Oh, did it? What about,
Hey, do you got any connections at Jugs? Yeah.
yeah, Jegs
Let's
did,
talk later.
they were a sponsor last year.
Not about that. About
Oh.
totally something.
Oh,
Oh.
yeah, that's
I need my wheels I ordered.
Oh, yeah, they don't have to follow gas insurance and stuff like that.
What about, who did the pop before? Did we Pepsi?
Well, that was from Speedway, that was the one that, no, I didn't.
Yeah, so,
Speedway.
it was they're the, supplier out of, Sandusky, the Pepsi, supplier out of Sandusky, those are the ones that, donated to the donation, to the church.
Are they thinking about doing that again this year or not sure? Okay,
I can't.
just wondering.
Yeah, that's much. Okay, go for this one has-
I would say, do we need more on the car show or are we good for right now on car show stuff?
I guess really the only question, like, so example, like, this is like a Falcon Club that we're gonna reach out to. Do we want to, before I start really hammering down on reaching out to these clubs, do we want it to still come from me or do we want it to come from, because I know, remember originally we were thinking this, make it so really, we have our webpage, so that way if we do ever do updates or anything like that, make sure that they're getting kind of those updates versus like, my computer crashes and they're gone. You know what I
Right.
mean? So, I mean, do we want to do it that way or do we want to still do them or do we want to have it come from, like the Elmont Heritage site? And do we want to actually have people like join it for like likes and things like that, for like different pushes too?
You talking about it having its own page
Yeah.
as a Facebook page or on the website?
Yeah, it's a lot of like the big shows, they have a way of dedicating like either a page or somehow.
Right.
It's like they're giving notifications like, hey, we're gonna do cruising now at AMW's now on Tuesdays.
So if
Join
you like
us.
the page, then you're gonna be able to update.
Yeah.
Anytime anything is added, whoever likes it is gonna see.
So I think we can have a linked page to our page, right? I don't know how that works. I've never
Yeah,
linked
you could do a sub page.
pages,
Yep.
but
Yep.
yeah.
This is what I'm
Or if I don't see why we couldn't give Wayne access to just our regular page if you're talking about reaching out to them through the page. Like
Right.
I would think that's fine to
Yeah.
use what we have currently now.
Yeah, so that way I was thinking
Right, exactly.
Like our page, follow
Mhm.
us.
Right.
Mhm. Mhm.
You know, that way we're not always having to sort through like. oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll plug in here.
Right, yeah. We would have all that message history then.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
Either I don't think it's hard to create a sub page under it or a
I
link
just,
page.
the only thing with, no, it's not hard to create another page or a sub page or whatever. It's getting all the people, the 3,500 plus people we have on our Almont page to
True.
now also like this other page.
True.
It's,
So we have an event for it, right?
yeah, there's an event.
So I mean, as long as you're doing a lot and tagging the event, now it's going to draw it to there anyway. So yeah, I would just give him access to the Facebook page if we're good with that.
Yeah, 'cause that way too, do cheap night. Run up again, too.
Mhm,
Hey, guys,
exactly.
Yeah.
And if we're going to have a cruise night,
Speaking of Jeep night for the weather and everything else going on, I would call it a success.
Rustic Bluebird were super happy with
Yeah.
the sales that they had. So they were slammed at one point. There was like a 40 minute wait for food.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, they're like
and people started walking over to Roots instead of waiting. So
Yeah.
they did.
Yep.
Did you talk to Roots?
they
Yeah.
did. Yeah.
Angela, did you ask how they did? No. I
Yeah.
meant to.
So I know
Yeah.
there was what we talked about. There was some that were parked on Van Dyke that never made it to our area, so it's hard to measure that because
Right,
they might
yeah.
have went into the restaurant.
Exactly. And you can't see the road from there. So
But for a first
but it
time
was
out,
good. It was
only
fun.
uphill from there.
We had fun, right? I didn't anticipate staying the whole time, but we did. We had a good time. I know. Yeah, Matt and I got home and I was like, I didn't plan on staying at Chinook. He's like, me either. But we had a good time.
it was fun. Just
Yeah.
sitting there
It
chatting.
was great. Rustic
We-
Bluebird had music. It was,
Yep.
it's good.
We talked about truck or tailgate night.
Yeah.
Talked about muscle car night. Some other ideas. Speaking of, have we talked to Vinkners at all about A&W starting to do something?
I went into AW again today and I left my information. There wasn't a manager there and Mike wasn't there and I reached out, I emailed Mike too.
Okay.
So, I mean, I was just high schoolers, so I kind of explained, but they're not.
Right.
They don't-
Right.
Yeah.
So,
Because that's what we were talking about too, is you start, as you get in that hot July, August, and you start getting the cruises that are kind of like, I don't feel like going out for 2 hours. And then you kind of shy away from the cruises, so they stay kind of more towards the shows. And then you pick up when it cools down a little bit more until you get to that October
Mhm.
time. So you just kind of like dips. So that's what we were talking, we want to make sure he understands, like, if we want to do something, like, we got to do it quick.
Right.
But there's still some window there, so I think they were under 8 cars in the last week.
I know. We had more than that.
Window.
We had more of that in Jeeps, and we just put together a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
I feel like you're just missing out if you're-
Right.
Maybe we build it for next year, whatever it is to do with it or something. There's just that.
Okay. Well, if not, I mean, we could always do something unofficial in the parking lots there, you
well,
know.
that's what I wanted to talk to him about too. If we did it on a different day, if he would be okay with that.
I don't see what they wouldn't, but I think it's appropriate to ask and not ruffle feathers and upset people.
Right.
Because we're not trying to take away from what they're doing.
Right.
We're if you look at our Facebook page, we're doing what the people have asked us now.
Right.
Tons of people are like, can't we get a cruise night?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. The hard part with clogging up downtown Friday night is we got the concert the day before, so it's got to be somewhere not here. So, 'cause I'm hoping that's going to be a big draw. All right. Sponsorship forms.
So I mailed and emailed them out to the list that I had from the last 2 years. I have a question. I don't know how complete those were.
Are we so, is Alliance supposed to be helping us get donations?
So,
Sponsors?
I printed out lists of the town broken up into quadrants, and I was hoping that, I could get them to
I thought you were snapping your fingers. I'm like,
lines
breaking my knuckles.
with the sponsor forms, but I mean,
Well, we're still gonna let them do the beer and stuff.
I think we're too late.
On
To
April
not.
26th, I wrote Bernie to help for
Yeah.
sponsor request. He's he just got a house and he's pretty much said he's spending his time fixing that up this summer, so I don't know how much money he's gonna.
Do you want me to reach out to Eric or one of the other ones and
If you want to reach out to Eric, that's fine. I can also, I mean, I don't, I can knock them out too. Obviously the more people going to the businesses, the better, but.
Right. And the point was they're reaping the benefit. They need to start helping us more.
Oh, and if not, I mean, there'll have to be some sort of a charge for doing it. You know, hopefully they'll come through. But the quadrants you have, is that just the DDA area or going past?
I have broken out is the DBA.
Okay. Because we've in the past been able to put signage up at Grenia's and all that other stuff for it. I know it's out of our area, but I think my thought process is anywhere from Boardman up to the funeral home, really. North Funeral Home. I mean, and some of us could take it. I don't have a problem popping into places, but that's just my thought on who we should get a hold of. Especially as this is growing and the potential, I think they're going to want to be involved.
Yeah, I should say July after the holiday before. August.
You mean not the week before? Oh, sorry.
Exactly, you're right.
Yeah, I mean, my thought is 2 months out.
That's what I was thinking.
Yep.
Do we need new signage?
The little ones we can get away with.
The big ones, we got to look at the vendors. They're all in my office. If we can reuse them, great. If not, who are you going with sign stuff now? Okay.
I think the little one in front of your office, like your house, is the, we just gonna change the date, I think, it'll be okay.
I think so. We can look in the office. I forget, but yeah, I think you're right on those. Yeah.
But what's the deadline for sponsors to get back to us to have their names on stuff? On your sponsor, it's on the sponsor sheet. I just don't have one in front of me. August 10th, so we can't.
So we would have, because she said she has a 3-day turnaround if I provide her with the artwork. So she can get them to me before the 16th, which would be a month out of the length of the banners.
Yeah. And that's just what I'm saying is we're not going to be able to put anything out that is supposed to have sponsors' names on it until that. Right.
We should have that.
If we have things that just say RCI in them,
We do.
absolutely, we
We
can.
do.
Yeah.
I thought we moved that date out like to July, so we weren't running up to no. Okay.
Mistyped. I thought we
Okay.
did not want to do banners more than a month out because we thought people would stop looking at them because it would just become the normal.
Maybe. I'm just trying to remember. Okay.
Or if you move them, start in one spot for half the time and then move them.
Well-
I think we're all talking about different kinds of
Yeah.
banners.
Yeah.
Angela is talking about the light pole banners,
Oh.
right?
Well, even
No.
even
But
the,
the one that goes
Yeah.
on the pole, that car was
It-
you know,
And that
there for the first.
anything announcing the date and without, logos on it, I think we could have out, like the over the road banner I got to Francie today. So we could have that for, 2 months or whatever, but I think that I'm worried that people will stop paying attention to it if we put it out too soon.
and my thought wasn't necessarily put out too soon, just so we're not running up against a time frame, time crunch. Yeah, just I mean, if it's 1st of August or whatever it is, that's fine, or even August 15th, a month out. But at least that way we're not scrambling at the last minute to.
I think anything with the name and date that we have, and if we need to order more, we can put out even earlier with the stuff with like the logos. I think a solid month is a pretty good time frame.
Oh yeah,
in my opinion.
yeah, that's fine.
Yes, it does move on.
Yeah. Plus, then different people may see it.
Yeah.
You know.
I like getting the date out there sooner for people who
Mm-hmm.
to see, make plans, and then.
What does the over,
other ones? It just.
Does it say a date or-
No, it says third Saturday in September.
oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
that's-
That way we can reuse.
Yeah, that goes over the road. Is there
Yeah.
any time restrictions that?
I just have to, you have to tell them how long it's gonna be there. You just have to file it with them.
Them.
So they don't say that it can only be up so many weeks.
As far as I know, no, I was told all I have to do is, file it, and I can even file it like yearly. I don't have to file it like within so many days. I can, DPW file stuff with MDOT too, and he said if I type something up, they just file it every year with their stuff. And then the fire department wants to put them up for us, they want to know.
So is that something we can do, or maybe we already do it for holidays and all that? Okay. Cool. Vendors.
Right now. And that isn't including. Something that's including a couple of like shuttle SB and stuff who want to get, who were, DDA businesses were gonna have tenants, so.
Okay. If we kind of mapped out 20s, how many did we have last year?
What did we count? We had room for easily.
Oh, okay.
We did it at our last events meeting.
Okay.
We have
So
plenty
you
of
already
room.
did. Okay.
Mhm.
Blueberries and everything, there's a Polish medium, and full-time concessions. And then Roots said that they wanted to do a table outside, like a tent.
Like a grab and go.
And Rosa said that they would consider it, and Maria said that she could get staffing, her partner wants to volunteer group, she would have a table like grab and go. So she would make it separate.
And nice part, they could be right out on Van Dyke.
Yeah, that's what I said too.
Did you see the ice cream, little ice cream camper, one parked outside the antique, it was an antique place?
I did see.
I talked to her and she's
Oh,
gonna be
definitely.
coming to Music and Park one of the
Oh,
days. I have her card if you want it, or I can reach
Oh,
out,
no,
but she was
okay.
available. So she's got the ice cream, it's called the camper, it's like,
Yeah,
little thing,
so cute. Yeah.
Oh, and Steve Francis wants to bring his stuff.
Oh, was that from last night?
Yeah, so we need it for Heritage and bring his.
Bring it all.
It's too big. Too many parking spots.
Yeah. Be a talking piece, I guess. Get your picture by the cow.
Right? Be funny.
Yeah. That's awesome. Map, that's more on the vendor side, or
Well, I wanted to wait, a little longer for the map, just until we get. I think I might. I don't think we have a deadline on the vendor forms right now, we just kind of left it open, because we didn't do a map in the past, but I think. I would like to get a map out there by the beginning of August with the schedule, so. I don't know if we just, anyone that registers after that isn't on there, if I put something out like, registered by this day to be on the map or what,
but we're gonna have to definitely get a direction map for people for the cars. That seems like the biggest point of confusion or contention or whatever. It's like, how am I getting here?
So I already have one for that I
Yeah.
So I did one of those made, and then I talked to Chief Martin about, because they're gonna be blocking traffic basically on Van Dyke and the other, or General Square. To let them through, because that's gonna be the easiest way to get
Yeah.
them in.
That was kind of, Wayne and I were talking about that too. Yeah.
And they're gonna be coming in early. Like,
Right.
they're gonna be coming in before everything opens.
Correct.
People are milling about, so I don't
Right.
think that's gonna be as big of an issue as maybe we think it is.
I know. I think other than them stopping us, I think we put up barricades wherever we want to be, the south end, if that's the theater, and wherever we want the north end, just to kind of prevent it. But if we station people or whatever, so that way we're just letting those cars through. But my thought is if they're coming from the south, we're just going to stage them on the south. They're coming from the north, we'll stage them on the north. The only other ones would be coming from east or west. But once they get to that area, I think as long as we have some good signage to have them come probably down and south or down and up around, I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal.
They know, like, those unregistered, they have 4 cars. They're coming in Glover, and they want to come down East St. Clair.
Yeah.
And to get down, I'm like, you should be able to, you know? Like,
Yeah, I mean, the only thing,
No, the tent will be there.
but
well,
then-
no, they can come
Well,
down to there and
yeah.
then just, yeah,
Yeah.
Right.
That's where, like, the cars are just.
Right.
figure out, like, how do I, like, they want, like, how exactly.
Right.
Just find a road, you'll get in, you know.
Right.
They want to know, like, you know.
I have a feeling of it being on Van Dyke, people are gonna be here extra early to try to get it
Oh,
inspected.
we're really getting requests for that.
Oh, yeah.
right.
So, yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
just some people want certain
Right.
spots, they want to be.
S-
The
si-
guy from Highland that asked if we're gonna truck and trailer and drag car from Highland out here.
Yeah.
I don't know if we can fit them in.
Yep.
Well, I was going to say, yeah, they're big.
It's actually what it is, the Bluebird bus, and they load one drag car right inside the bus.
Oh,
Stop
So
it.
you wanted to know if they could fit.
That would be just
It'd
fun.
That'd be so freaking cool.
you can do it.
So, yeah, it's kind of like-
The answer is yes. We'll figure it out.
It might be our blocker on the south side of the road.
Right.
But to that point, the vendors, and not to dwell on last year, but I think if we have them come, again, if we have those roadblocks at the end, right at the streets, if the vendors come up from the south, we can have a sign, hot rods this way, vendors that way. And if we have that, they can go that way. It's same, no different if they're coming down south, have them go Centennial to whatever that street is over, and they're going to be right there. So they're not going to be in the mix of the cars at all. So I think that would be key.
So do we have to provide people at north and south? on Van Dyke then?
I think to be safe, we probably should. You know, the cops are going to be the first line of letting people through. You know, if they're a vendor or car, okay, great. Then when we get to there, at least have one person there that can, you know, flag them which way just to help.
Yeah, because they're not going to be helpful.
Right.
To people coming up.
Right. And that way, if they're a muscle car and they're coming from the south, you just let them through. If it's a vendor coming through, hey, you're going to go to the right, or you're going to, you know, whatever it is. Or, hey, you're a local traffic person. Where are you trying to get to? Oh, go around this way.
So we talked, maybe it was at the end of last year about having like a position like a vendor coordinator who would know like Wayne needs 4 people and I'm sending those people to Wayne and, you know, just so that volunteers just aren't coming and like they don't have anything to do.
Yeah, we do have to have a set of jobs. The most frustrating thing for, what, last year? No.
No, beginning of this Heritage Festival, we had like people.
We have subcommittees. Mm-hmm.
Subcommittees,
We do.
yeah. Each one of these is a subcommittee.
Mhm.
You're not wrong, but we are going to have to divvy up volunteers.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're gonna Bob and then like, another 8 people do parking, but then like 7 rest of the week.
You have my dad for sure. He said he will.
I think like ideally we should have a pre-meeting.
Yes.
We can get pizza, we can go to bowling alley or something, and we can talk about.
We can go to the beer tent on Friday night.
We could, but.
But everyone have to promise to get up in the morning and be there.
let's do it the week before.
Right.
High school kids in Washington.
Right.
Great. That's actually been kind of
Right.
one of the great
Well,
resources.
I would say maybe we could talk to Paul at the bowling alley or one of those places, get some pizza, and have a pre-meeting the week before. High school kids that are coming, show up. We'll get you pizza and pop and talk through what you have to do or who you're going to see. That way, it's all spelled out. There's no correct, right, and right, and then we'll actually have now we'll know who the people are, what they look like. That way we have I think that would work.
Is there an area where we should or consider having for like volunteer parking?
All of our park lots will be open.
Yeah, all the lots will be open at that point. But I mean,
Does that give you enough room? Do we want to put them in potential classic car or car spots?
they wouldn't be. I mean, all the cars should be up Van Dyke. So that means all the parking lots should be open. Are we going to have a shuttle, like a golf cart? The DPW cart if you don't blow the wheel off this year or something? Yeah. The only reason why I say that is all the volunteers could park at my office and we could just shuttle back. I am? Oh, okay.
Oh,
All
yeah,
right.
sorry, I was minding your office for the car trailers.
All right.
Forgot.
Well, there you go. All right. Well, I'm just trying.
So my husband may be renting out golf carts soon, like before Heritage Fest soon, maybe. So I'll see if he will, but if not, I would say
I'll put his logo on a sign.
I know,
Right.
I'm sure you would. But so let me check with him first. But if not, I would reach out to Tangy. I don't know what his first name is. I can never remember. Thank you. I was gonna say Scott, and I'm like, that doesn't seem right. Because my husband just calls him Tangy when he refers to him. And see if he would. I know he doesn't rent carts, but see if he would, bring some down for us to borrow. I do know he has a boatload that he's putting together right now. So I'm sure he'll hope that they'll all be gone by September. But
I mean,
You know.
it's a Saturday. We could park in the municipal building here, and as long as we got somebody to shuttle us, right, right. Yeah. I mean, I think that's an okay idea. That way we're not.
if we're able to rent carts, how many do we want? That's why I don't. So I don't. He keeps flip flopping on how many he's going to have to start with.
I would say one for car show, one for vendor, for sure, one for volunteers. So at least 3, if not 4. Yeah.
I would probably use I asked really nice. Oh, of course. I forgot. Wait.
That can be the car show one at least. You can be
Right.
responsible for your own.
Yeah. All right. So we could figure out something. I think that would be good too. Yeah. I think that would be good. So are we committed to get a good map out there by what, beginning of August, so people know? Okay. All right.
I'd like to be
Right. I think if you talk to anybody, the messaging is this should actually be easier to get through town than what we're doing before. I mean, we were really clogging up an artery. Where now the only thing we're really clogging up is one little side street or 2 side streets.
So much more parking.
Correct.
which-
Parking will
Huge.
be huge. And now we don't have to run around and ask people to move their cars. That was a pain. Right. So
Do we want to set the date for that volunteer meeting?
I would,
Does anybody have the football schedule?
That would be September 8th. Would be the Friday before.
according to this, I got FB down, which means football.
On Friday?
Friday the 8th.
So
I don't-
Thursday or Saturday.
We do Wednesday.
Plus, if we're gonna ask the bowling alley to use the facility, I'm sure they don't want us there on a Friday night.
Right. I mean, we could even do the Monday the week of, maybe.
Like the 11th. It's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
We're just not gonna be able to get every kid that wants to volunteer.
Right.
Just because of games and whatnot.
Right.
Just didn't want to hit a football game.
But I don't think there's not much going on a Monday at September school wise. I mean, game wise. Monday the 11th, 9/11. Oh,
Yeah. What time? 6, 7? Probably 6. Kids have
6.
school.
Right, 6, especially if we're going to supply pizza.
Yeah.
We had to do it at the bowling alley if we could do it. Or somewhere.
I don't mind calling Paul, I don't mind. Do you wanna move on to the road permit? Since I've heard nothing back, so there's not much to say.
Well, that was fast.
We can move right past that.
Do they give a timeline on how long it takes for them to make a decision?
Well, 30 days,
Okay.
30 business days.
So when do we send that in?
I don't remember, but.
Okay.
Hasn't been that long yet. Yeah.
All right. Well, just keep us in a loop.
I have been told that we will be, charged for regrading the dirt roads. Even though our detour is not detouring them down dirt roads, I've been told that if trucks choose to detour west, we will be charged for that.
So,
We set the detour to go that way or not.
so who's getting charged for all the people that detoured west after that gravel train went off the road this afternoon?
Right.
Just a thought. Just a thought.
Well, and again, my question is, what about homecoming? What about holidays? I mean, why is this just coming up now?
Yeah.
So that would be my question when we hear back from them. So
Can we give them your number?
me? Yeah. I don't care. I'm obviously good at pissing people off, so I'll talk to whoever. Just have them approve the permit first, then I'll talk to them. But I guess that'd be my question. Why is it coming up now? I mean, so.
Well, you can't prove that somebody's deciding to go that way.
Right. I mean,
I'm
and
sure.
Or detour, or.
I shouldn't even say it.
right. Well, and those that I have spoken to who understand this have told me about how those roads were built, Tub Spring, Kidder, and Huff. They're correct. They're not only paved, they're built for that. They're extra strong. That was the detour for resurfacing Van Dyke. That's what it was for. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. Nothing surprises me anymore.
Always block off, westbound.
Right.
Yeah, go east and detour on the big roads.
Right. If I'm picking one or the other, I'm picking paved over dirt. I mean, right. And again, the amount of gravel trains that go up Tub Spring doesn't matter. That's what they're set for. All right. 5K breakfast at fire department.
So I had this brainstorming idea when Carolyn and I were putting out flags this week. Plus, I recently had a client tell me that we used to have a 5K, and I don't know if it was during Heritage Fest because I spoke to him, I don't know, a month or two ago probably, but we used to have 5K, and that gentleman used to run our 5, not like run in it, he ran the 5K. So he's older, but I want to speak to him and see if he'd be interested in helping because he's retired and he's, he's a busy guy. He would like something to do, I imagine. So anywho, Carolyn and I had this great idea that we should have a 5K again. Obviously, Carolyn and I run. But yeah, and then so the thought was to have it benefit our fire department to help them get money to purchase a Lucas device because of the things that are going on. So, and maybe have Carolyn's idea to add to it was to like have the 5K either start at, end, or both, but specifically end at the firehouse and have a pancake breakfast at the firehouse if they wanted to. Sunday morning, so it'd be like starting to add a third day to Heritage Fest too, which I think would be cool. And then Carolyn also had a thought, I don't know if it was today or yesterday, we talked about it. When there's some races that we've been to where, because when you're running, you don't carry a lot of stuff on you, to have an option to pre-purchase your pancake breakfast. And it's just like a tab on your bib or something like that, or, you know, maybe just with your name, whatever. That way, plus then the fire department would know, like, for sure this many people are here for pancake breakfast at minimum.
Like when
So-
you run Blake's 5K, you have the option to buy a
Cider.
hard cider after, and it's probably a little cheaper or whatever, but if you check that and pay for it when you register, then when you get your bib, there's like a tear off that you give them to get your free beer. And the people who didn't pay for the beer don't have that on their bib.
Is that the El Chavo run?
Yeah.
Yep. And there's other ones that we do that when you end, there's like a pancake breakfast.
Yeah, and you can
or
pay extra right at
whatever.
registration.
Department in.
Yeah.
And have a donation that they can pay in advance when they register, then the fire department will know people.
So obviously, if this is something we want to do, we need to start it ASAP. So I guess we just kind of need everyone else's input. Obviously, I understand the majority of the effort would probably fall on me because it was my idea. And Angela has already expressed, she's like, I think it's great and wonderful. She goes, I just don't know how to do any of that. I've never, been involved. And so
A timing company for the
Right.
timing of it.
Carolyn and I have some resources, and hopefully some people we think that we could draft to help us, who are longtime runners who know people and know things. Like I said, that client of mine. Do you? Awesome. So,
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. I was gonna say,
Okay.
if not, I think we can get a hold of somebody too.
I think it's a good idea.
That would be so much fun.
I
And
think
we
it's
can walk run.
right, yeah, a walk run for sure.
Wherever you wanna walk it.
So does anybody know, do we have a Lucas device out here? I've heard no a lot. I've heard
Someone
maybe,
told me, I think Christy said she thought that we did.
but I talked to her and she's like, maybe that's an AED and
Okay.
I'm wrong.
Okay.
You want me to-
Can you find
Yeah.
out? And what,
But even if we do, how many? Because I know more, if we could have one on every truck, unit, whatever, that's even better.
so what she's alluding to, now that I've got village council people here, have you heard that MedStar is no longer going to service us? Okay. So.
That's not my favorite.
So anyway, so that's what she's come up with is, and again, I'm familiar with the Lucas devices. We got 5 of them for Clinton Township when I was part of the Kiwanis, and the amount, just the life-saving effort they do is crazy amazing. They have saved so many different lives. So the hard part is they're a big spend. If we don't have one, at least if we don't have a paramedic, it'll be helpful for the fire department. So.
So you know for sure that that's what they want to raise money for?
Don't know, but that's something
No,
we could
but
talk to them
if
about. It's just an
it's-
idea.
Connect the two.
If
Yeah.
we're putting it on, I think
Yeah.
we can raise
Yeah.
the money for what we want to. But yes, we're gonna check and see that they need. Yes. Yeah, like we talked about. Yeah, I just wrote a note about it when you were talking
Right.
about it again.
So I can tell you, like, Romeo Kiwanis outfitted all of Romeo's. Matter of fact,
Yes, we have one.
okay, all right. So there's one at least. Okay. So I guess talk to them and say, hey, do
Yeah.
you need
Do
more
you
than
need another
or-
one? If not,
What do you need?
what do you need that we can
Right.
put a name to for people? Not just it's going to the fire department. I think it'd be
Right.
good to like put a specific
Yeah,
like
name on it. Yep.
yeah,
Yep.
like what we are funding for. That way we have a goal maybe too.
Right.
So, right, like I didn't think we could fund a whole Lucas device anyways, but
You can over years. It doesn't mean we got to get it all
Right.
done tomorrow.
exactly. So
Well, we're about 5 minutes before the next
Yeah.
one. Over the road banner we already did. Any other open discussion for Heritage at all before we kind of close and change gears?
No, not
Anybody? Okay.
so is it a yay to run with the 5K?
Wow, that sounds like a dad joke.
It really, I didn't even mean it that way.
I think it's a good idea.
I think it's a great idea.
Okay.
And we can meet, I already texted.
Okay. 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 Cool.
Yeah, after the beer tent, you call it Hungover for Heroes.
I like that. Hungover for heroes after the beer tent the next morning. It's not super family friendly, but it's funny.
Whatever. I'd buy my kid that shirt.
Yeah. So 5K on the 17th. Vermont Project graduation is having their golf outing that day. On that Sunday?
Okay.
When though? In the afternoon?
Afternoon or
No, it starts in the morning.
yeah,
Almost the day, right?
yeah.
But if we do 5K and then 8, and pancake breakfast at 9, I don't know.
8:30 starting.
8, yeah, 5K.
10:30, yes,
20 to 30.
Whoa.
Or an hour if you're walking.
4
Yeah.
hours. 4.
Yeah.
Not trying to do, you know. Okay. We good? We're good.
Cool. Thank you.
I'm gonna go take over YouTube then.
I thought 5K was how many minutes it takes to run the damn thing.
It's 3.1 miles.
I know.
Really?